Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Western Forage Planting. My name is Baloun, and I'm a producer programs advisor at AgSpire. What I'd like to talk to you today about is who AgSpire is, some general seedings that would work in Western forage environments, and some of the programs that we have to offer. So first, I'd like to explain who AgSpire is. At AgSpire, we design and implement voluntary incentive-based programs to enhance on-farm and ranch resilience, efficiency, and profitability. So to begin with that, I'd like to talk about one of our programs called Grass is Greener. Grass is Greener is a program that is incentivizing growers to put in cover crops, forage and range plantings, and improve native pastures. So with the program, there is $1 associated to the practice of planting. There's also a premium on cattle that when the cattle are sold into the supply chain market, the rancher or farmer will be incentivized based off of that. This all starts with a seeding of cover crops or forage and native pasture. So I'd like to transition that into talking more about some of the forage plantings that we have that would work in a Western environment. So as many of us know, monocropped alfalfa is still a very viable option. Monocropped alfalfa can benefit from some diversity in improved grass. Improved grasses came a long ways and provides a lot of added value to alfalfa. One of the mixes that we really like is a mix called Haymaker from Renovo Seed. This mix is comprised of 50% alfalfa, 20% intermediate wheatgrass, 20% pubescent wheatgrass, and 10% meadow brome. This mix offers a very high forage yield, and these grasses play very nice with alfalfa. The dry down is very uniform in the windrow due to having the grass component in the mixture. The grasses also provide a very symbiotic relationship that helps with the soil productivity but still holds up protein for the livestock. These mixes also make very good calf feed, as well as ease of use for rolling out bales or something if you are more of a pasture mix called premium dryland pasture mix. This has intermediate wheatgrass, pubescent wheatgrass, western wheatgrass, creeping alfalfa, and slender wheatgrass. This mix is a very drought hardy, very resilient mix that introduces a little bit of creeping alfalfa as a component to increase protein in a predominantly grass mix. If you are looking to do something that does not have a legume component, the Great Plains pasture mix takes the creeping alfalfa out, leaves the intermediate and pubescent wheatgrass in, and adds meadow brome into the mix along with Dahirian wild rye. The Dahirian wild rye is in there because it is very quick establishing and is very drought tolerant. It will fade out over time and allow the meadow brome, pubescent, and intermediate wheatgrass to creep in. But the benefit to having the Dahirian wild rye in there from the beginning is it allows the other grasses to come along and gives production a higher production in the first couple years. Another option is with this Grass is Greener program is introducing legumes into existing pastures. Some of those legumes that could be introduced would be Falcata alfalfa, which is a great alfalfa. It is a yellow flowered alfalfa compared to a traditional purple flower. It can be used in rangeland mixes as a protein bump and is very cold tolerant and is very drought resistant. This alfalfa does compete very well with grasses, so you won't traditionally see it get choked out. Another option in terms of other legumes to introduce into pastures is Sicer milk vetch. It is a long-lived perennial that is a non-bloat and it has a creeping root system. This product has superior drought tolerance and will stay in your pastures for a very long time. If you're at a higher elevation and maybe a coarser soil, something that you can look at potentially would be sandfoin. It is preferred by a lot of big game species as well. It's very attractive. It is tougher to get established than a creeping or falcata alfalfa along with Seizer milk vetch. But in a coarser soil and at higher elevations, sandfoin is a great option. With the Grass is Greener program, we have the option to do a native pasture as well. With the native pasture component, we traditionally tailor mixes specifically to the goals of what the producer would like. That being said, if it is a predominantly cool season mix or predominantly warm season mix, we mix those specially based off of what species you'd like to see out there. If you'd like to have a mix of both cool seasons and warm seasons to extend your grazing season, that is also a possibility as well. On irrigated acres in the Western environment, a great annual cover crop mix for protein and grazability is from Renoval called OptiGraze. It is 30% Italian ryegrass, 25% forage oats, 20% Winford brassica, 15% hunter brassica, and 10% radish. On the perennial side, a predominantly alfalfa mix called the Stockman is 60% final answer alfalfa, 25% forage fescue, and 15% orchard grass. This is a very high quality grass alfalfa blend. So to wrap up with the Grass is Greener program, the way to get started with that is to join our AgSpire producer network. You can find that on our website at agspire.com and create your producer profile. At that point, advisors like myself would get in touch with you and start the enrollment process. If you'd like to learn more about this, please reach out to us. My email should be provided on this webinar. And thank you very much for your time.